Welcome to Emotions and Eating with Nicola Beer. Nicola controlled her feelings using food for 25 years, so she knows how draining it is to be constantly thinking about or acting out with food. Thankfully, having made an amazing breakthrough in her recovery, her mission became about helping others escape the unsatisfying cycle of frustration and self-medication with food. Nicola is determined to help you find your inner strength so you can be healthy, gain confidence, feel great, and be at peace with yourself and food.
Hi and welcome, this is Nicola Beer and I'm so happy you're here with me because we're going to be talking about the power of belief and the power and the importance of building yourself up. In order to be free from overeating, bulimia and other eating issues and disorders, you need to be strong in yourself. Confident, self-supporting, as opposed to self-critical, and to look after yourself, to weather the storm of battling with the inner voices that tell you to overeat or to starve yourself or to be sick, if that's your pattern. You're going to need a lot of energy to rid yourself from these voices. These voices actually want to please you and help in some way. They are trying to either reward you with food or reward you by not eating and looking in a certain way, or they're trying to comfort you through the foods. Yeah, it's an absolute illusion that a piece of cake, or a whole cake even in my case, can give you the love and happiness that you seek. In the same way that losing 3 kg will be the best thing that's ever happened to you. Weight control, food, gene sizes are not the be-all and end-all. You are. And this doesn't mean that you can't have the figure and the health that you want. Of course you can. But it's about caring for yourself and building you up in the process to achieve your ideal desires, your ideal dreams. That is why today I'm going to focus on 2 of the key things needed for lasting change. I have a few more which I have listed in my Healthy Eating Hypnosis program called the Pure Peace Toolkit. So if you like these 2 and you want to go deeper, then this could be for you. So I'm going to cover what the main ones are. The first one is the power of belief and building yourself up. If you're determined to be free from a food or weight obsession, you will need a combination of the right strategies, and more importantly, the strategies have to be combined with the belief. Believing that you can be and maintain a healthy weight and size. Believing that you can be free to enjoy living life in the moment rather than in your head. Believing that you can and will be happy with and in your own body. Believing that you can be free from obsessive food behaviours and compulsive eating. It's one thing to know what you want, and it's a completely different ballgame to believe that it's possible for you. How much you believe in yourself and your ability to go for your heart's desire matters. You've probably heard numerous times before about Roger Bannister and the 4-minute mile. Everyone believed that it was impossible for a man to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. No man had done it. And yet all those fit runners out there were running every day and training really hard. They didn't get under 4 minutes, as it was not believed it was possible. Then, when Bannister broke that record, very quickly after, so did a handful or more other athletes. What had changed? What they ate hadn't changed. Their training hadn't changed. They were always focused on being their optimum best. But what had changed was their belief. And it's not just in sport either. Have you seen the documentary on Netflix at the moment? It's called Heal, and it's about the power of belief to heal the body. Scientists have found that if you believe your body can heal, vision your cells being healed, then remarkable recoveries have been made with this visioning technique, where the patients visioned that they were free and there were amazing results. Whether you believe that or not, believing in yourself and what you want for your body and life is important. Because if you believe that it's too late, that you're not good enough, that you'll never be happy with yourself physically, that it's too hard for you to change, it's not going to serve you. Same with putting it off until tomorrow. I'll focus on it next month. I'll focus on it 2 months before the summer. I'll make sure that once I get my job, once I get this much finances, once my relationship gets better, once I do this, once I do that, this is also not going to serve you. Because there are literally hundreds of studies out there that show that if you believe in something and you focus on it, the chances are that you can achieve it. So belief is possible. And this works for obvious reasons. When you believe in something, you will more likely take the desired actions needed to bring about that change. And as these actions get results, then your belief increases. So when your belief increases, you then start to take more action. And then the more action you take, the more belief you create, and it snowballs in a very positive, empowering change of cycle. And that's why beginning a healthy eating regime can be the hardest, because you feel at the beginning, I'm doing this, am I getting any results? And sometimes that's why people quit after 2 or 3 days. And that's why we have the yo-yo dieting. And when people get through that and when they can see results, they keep going and they keep going and they keep going. And that's why it can be important sometimes just to work with somebody that you trust, whether it's a friend, a work colleague, a coach, to get yourself into believing and to also get through that beginning phase of making changes. Because once you're going and in the changes, your belief will be stronger and the results will be there to feed the belief. Because the negative can also happen. Sometimes people decide that they don't believe that they're going to be able to change and they don't see the results, and so they take less action and they say, well, see, I'm hopeless, I can't eat this way, I can't change my eating habits, I can't be free of the food obsession, I can't love my body, I've tried, I can't. And then it goes on this repetitive cycle. And that's why often people get great results with working with me in only a few sessions, because it's all about changing the belief. And the Healthy Eating Hypnosis program on Pure Peace Toolkit on my website is also designed to get people into believing in themselves. And there's actually a belief change section, because if you are believing limiting beliefs against yourself, if you're believing your excuses like, it doesn't matter, I'm happy the way I am, or it's not possible for me, or it runs in my family, or anything else, any of those beliefs need to be changed. So if you really identify with having some of those limiting beliefs, then do check out the Healthy Eating program, which is on my website. And it's for people of all different eating issues, whether it's under-eating, because that's not healthy eating, or it's overeating, or it's bulimia. Because it's important to love yourself and to be happy with yourself. Feeling this love has a great snowball effect on diet choices, on exercise motivation, and on making changes in all areas of our life. Those that do take action, that do decide, yep, I'm going to work with somebody, yes, I'm going to tackle this, yes, I'm going to get some support, yes, I'm going to do a program, whatever program that may be, it's really a great sign that they believe in themselves, that they believe to be happy, that they believe in themselves enough to invest in themselves, that they believe in themselves that they've had enough of being sick and tired. They've had enough of obsessing about food. They've had enough of feeling ill and the damaging effects that it can have on their body. Because in order to believe, you need to also believe that you deserve the change. So in order to believe that you can have the body, the healthy eating, freedom that you deserve, you need to believe that you're worth it, that you are worth giving yourself the love, attention and time to change your life. And you absolutely are. And you can change. If I can change, and it took me a long time, and hopefully it will never take you as long as it took me, anybody can change. And I really believe that, because this was such a big part of me. Many times I sometimes thought, wow, this is just who I am. And how sad. So just say to myself, this is who I am, having a mental, draining and physical issue with food, to accept that part. And you are not that part. It is not you. It's a behaviour, and all behaviours can be changed. So it's really important, in order to believe in yourself, in your dream, for your body, for your life, for your health, that you build yourself up. If you're struggling to be positive, if you find yourself overanalyzing everything you eat or don't eat, you will likely be exhausted. I know I used to be, having food thoughts all day. It drove me crazy. Is it time for you to change this? Could it be time to get some support, to get out of the negativity and into the positive? Clearing negative self-talk is essential to enjoy life. Here are some of the questions I ask people to answer to check if they are building themselves up during this challenging time. I ask them, are you making sure you get enough sleep? Your sleep is critical. Lack of sleep equals irritability, and this can lead to poor eating behaviours. If you can't sleep, what can you do to help yourself get off to a good sleep? Things like turning off the TV screens or laptop an hour before bed, meditation, hot bath or shower, yoga, massage. For those who work with me to change their eating patterns, I give them a sleeping and calmness hypnotherapy track designed to get them off to sleep. So maybe you could try something similar to that, or any other ideas you have to getting off to a good night's sleep. And then, do you give your mind a rest? Many people I support are either stuck in the past with guilt and regret, or worried about what might happen to them in the future. And this, is not necessarily about the food. It's about the other emotions and things they're dealing with in their life. Going over the past, going over what might happen in the future, is a sure way to not build yourself up, and then you may go to food as a comfort, as a way of coping, or you may be completely put off food because you're so in your head. So it's important to give our minds a rest. Are you looking after your emotional health? Doing some things that calm the mind can really help. Exercise is a great thing to calm the mind and getting into your body. I'm doing these dance transformation online and in-person workshops, and they really help people to shake out anxiety, stress, regret, and get them into their body, and then dancing with their eyes closed so no one sees you, in a way where you can just feel good about yourself. And when I first started this, I thought it's probably going to be all women, and actually I'm seeing so many men just absolutely loving the music, because it's quite trancey, it's got a good beat, it's like got drums, and it's not kind of cheesy, although, there is a time and place for good cheese music. So that's that. So doing something that gives your mind a rest. Anxiety and food are so related, and so I'm going to be sharing more about anxiety coming up. I'm going to create a podcast on how to handle anxiety naturally. So do subscribe to the show if you like the show, and if you would like to learn more about how to help with anxiety naturally. The next one is, do you speak to yourself positively? Building yourself up is really important. Phrases like, I'm doing the best I can. I am worthy of love and respect. I'm getting better and better. I'm a good person and deserve to be happy. I am focusing on what I can control. I know I can do this. Progress, not perfection, is what I aim for. All of these kind of phrases to say to yourself are great things you can do to really empower and support you as you're going through all of these kinds of changes. The next one is, do you feel your emotions and release them in positive, supportive ways? It's important to feel the emotions and release them in healthy ways. In fact, it's so important that I have a whole episode on this about how to feel the emotions and release them. And it's in my 4-part series, How to Stop Late Night Eating and Binge Eating. So if your issue with food is not those, so you skipped listening to that 4-part series, then I recommend you listen to just part 4 at least, because part 4 is really about releasing the emotions. It's really about how